Mike was shunting in the yard. Unsurprisingly, he grumbled dreadfully about it. "It's not fair. This is a job for one of those diesels," he muttered bitterly. "I should be pulling trains." "It couldn't possibly have anything to do with the ballast trucks you derailed yesterday," chortled Rex. "Manager said something about learning to shunt properly, I believe." Mike wheezed indignantly at Rex. "Why, you—" Rex just laughed as he puffed away with his train, leaving Mike to stew in his bitterness. Unfortunately for the little engine, his day was about to get worse. Workers were repaving the car park beside the miniature railway, and with them came George the steamroller. When George arrived, he scoffed at the little railway. "I thought those little engines in the hills were small enough," he bemoaned. "But these toys? Waste of space, this lot. Should rip the whole lot up and lay some lovely tarmac instead." Mike overheard this and was furious. "We're not toys. We're more useful than you could ever hope to be." George remained unmoved. "Bah, you lot aren't good for anything. Better off without ya. Railways are no good," he finished in his usual way. "Rip 'em up, turn them into roads." By now, Mike was seeing red. He yelled a colorful retort, but, perhaps mercifully, George made so much noise rolling away, Mike's words were drowned out. "I'd like to show that ugly thing what for," Mike grumbled to himself, but he wasn't entirely sure what for was. He spent the rest of the morning banging about his shunting, as George grumbled about his own work. They were both in full temper, but for one, trouble loomed ahead. As the clock struck the hour, the men stopped work for lunch. George lumbered away to have a rest, still grumbling as he went. "Stupid engine, stupid railway," he growled. He was so busy grumbling that he wasn't paying attention to his surroundings. "Watch out, lad!" cried his driver. George snapped out of his thoughts, but by then, it was too late. Some signs warning of the construction lay in the steamroller's path. George tried to swerve out of the way, but he was too late. With a crunch, one of the signs disappeared beneath his roller. "Whoops," stammered George quietly. The foreman strolled over, very cross. "You stupid great thing," he shouted. "I'll be speaking to your owner about this." George felt rather foolish. Worse still is that Mike appeared nearby, shunting some flatbeds. When he saw the scene, he laughed. "Would you look at that?" he cheered. "No good to anyone, that's what you are." Mike was so engrossed in George's mishap, he failed to spot something crucial. The points were set against him. The flatbeds hit the points and bounced off the rails. Mike came to an unglorified stop, feebly letting off steam. "Oh dear," he cried. George, who was still being scolded, didn't notice the accident, so Mike was spared insults as he set about helping clear the mess. But that didn't stop the smoke controller from having stern words with him. "Perhaps a few days in the sheds will teach you some sense," he said pointedly. Both Mike and George felt foolish, and they remained uncharacteristically silent for the rest of the day.